All right, it's been a couple weeks. Off Center Leonard here from CardKast, and just wanted to say hello. I want to start dropping weekly videos, especially what I would like to call like week in review videos, where I can take some uh, just footage of things that I've been doing, whether there's some buys and sells or a couple of scans of some whatnot sales that I've done, and you know. Some pickups, some organizational stuff. So just kind of shoot a little bit here and there, put it all together in the video, and just let it rip. So, uh, having said that, I'd like to start off the video by talking a little bit about Rev Steve. And I can't believe it's already been, well over a month since he had passed. And probably going on 2 months now. And one thing that I definitely have recognized is that this community has been so great as far as just wanting to heal together. I mean, I think having this community absolutely helped out in that manner. And also it's amazing, as tragic and as sad as Steve passing. I've been able to reach out and communicate with a couple of new YouTubers who I would consider friends. One of them is Jeff from A Fine Card Collector, who sent me a couple of Mag Pros with the flips, the Rev Steve custom flips, and I want to show you what I did with those, and also just show you a couple of pickups that I have gotten, and yeah, we'll just take it from there. And I'd say let's get right into looking at some cards. Okay, as you can see, again, this is not an official sponsor, but we have our vintage Babe Ruth puffed rice puffed wheat ad. They taste so good and they're good for you. Babe Ruth, the Babe. Love that ad. I use it as my whatnot backdrop. Can't tell you how many guys have come in asking like how much they would like to purchase this for, and I tell them it's not for sale. It's just such an awesome background piece. Obviously Steve, huge Pirates fan, huge fan of Ricky Henderson. I'd like to kick off this video. I showed this on my oddball wall before. I'm going to show it again because this is an early 70s Pirates patch. Don't know who made it. I do know where I got it from. The guy was a transplant from Pittsburgh who moved to Connecticut, and I purchased a collection a couple years ago, and he had a team signed ball with Clemente on it. It was very light. I ended up selling it. I would have kept it if Clemente's signature was a little more prominent, but when I tell you it was like a 3 or 4 out of 10, it was very light, and it's very tough for me to hold on to a piece like that because I'd be afraid it'd eventually just get faded out totally. So hopefully it stays the way it is, and the person that purchased it is completely enjoying it. So my buddy Jeff, he had sent me 2 mags, and one of them had this 81 Flair Ricky Henderson, which I am absolutely going to put this in a special place because it was a gift. I do have this card. I do got a lot of Henderson cards, but it's it was very nice of him. And again, it's just another way to remember Steve and also Jeff. So thank you, Jeff, for that. And these are the 2 cards, and I already put in my own Manny Sanguian cards. So the first one, not super easy to get, but they're out there. This is I believe this is a 74 Kellogg's. Now, what's cool about the Kellogg's is sometimes they're a little bit thicker, and sometimes they can have a little bit of a curl to them. So I centered this one like absolutely perfectly, and I mean, I just always was infatuated with the Kellogg's back in the day. But this might be 70, could be 70. I can't tell. It's either 70. It's not 73, so I'm pretty sure it's 74. So 73s are the non-lenticular. So anyways, the flip is awesome. The Mag Pros, I got to get on the Mag Pro and the flip train. I'm left behind, and I definitely got to get on board with this. I think these are so cool. So we have this, and then we have the extremely rare 1970 Jack in the Box. And if you guys never seen Jack in the Box before, they're just like little black and white cards. They're thinner. They don't have any stats or anything like on the back. The stats are the couple of stats, are on the front. I was very fortunate to have a partial team set of these, and more than likely I would have ended up gifting this to Steve anyways at some point. I did have a little section of stuff for Steve, but some of my stuff gets buried, and I have to go, it's kind of like a nice surprise when you open up a box and you find stuff. And again, these, I don't really get Jack in the Box cards in collections. I was fortunate where there was like a little mini hoard that I picked up a little over a year ago, and it was from a dealer who was buying stuff from auction houses, and like he was sending off the key cards to get graded. So that's why I don't have the Clemente in this, because more than likely he sent it off to get it graded. And there you have it. So, but I did get some A's, some Oakland A's for my own PC. So I have like Raleigh Fingers. I've got they did 69 and 70 for the A's, and I'll get into that in another video. But going back to this, there's a little bit of curl. So like this, you can shake it around. It's not going anywhere because it's a little on the thick side. And it just I think it just really pops on this mag case. So anyways, I will have these always to remember Steve and our friendship, of course. And, I think that's pretty cool. And I really want to thank Jeff for sending me these. The best thing about the mags is you could swap them out if you want to throw in, Manny Sanguine rookie card. Or if you want to throw in a different, see, this is how they're curled a little bit. So they actually stay, even though it doesn't fit perfectly in there, they stay really nice and snug. So here's another Sanguine Kellogg's here. This is 72, which is pretty cool. And that nice yellow just pops that helmet right off the card. So again, Jeff, thank you so much for that. And again, I got to get in the flip train. I'm just going to show my buddy Brent's card here that I picked up a little while ago with his flipped. So definitely got to get on that. But for now, those cards will absolutely be displayed. And let's see, let's set these over here. Now, also to go along with the Henderson, I figure I might as well show these out of my PC here. Let's take this out of the cloth, but yeah, Henderson's one of my guys because he's Oakland A's, so I figured I'd show off my 80 tops Henderson, which is a near mid 7 with a auto grade of 10. I was for a long time looking for multiple inscriptions. However, since he had passed, those cards have gone up into the thousands. And honestly, I mean, I picked this card up probably longer than 2 years ago, probably 3 to 4 years ago. And I probably only paid close to maybe $200 to $300 for that card, and it's very tough to get that card at that price. You'd have to really be watching every auction that's going off. And what I like is for the 80s, this I almost paid as much for this as I did for the rookie. I paid roughly around, I think, $300 for this, but this is his 89 traded, very flamboyant signature, and this was prime youth Lenny. Watching Henderson go back to the A's, which I was like, I don't know. I heard the rumors that it was going to happen, and then it happened, and then it was just like the missing piece for them to go off and win an 89 title, and they were right back in it in 90, and they got spanked by the Reds, who I also collect. So anyways, I figured I'd show off those two cards as well, because I know that was Steve's one of his favorite players. So set these off to the side, and we'll get into the pickups. So the pickups are I really didn't pick much up for my own personal collection as far as card wise, but I did pick up this beautiful, again, amazing reds. So very contrasting colors. We're Christmas with all the colors, right? The green and red. So picked up this dead centered Frank Robinson 58 tops. My buddy, who I do a lot of business with, Hot Sauce Cards, he had a guy that is just feeding them some stuff, and yeah, I got a really good deal on this. So I am obviously known as off-centered Leonard, but I don't shy away from centered cards. They're just a lot tougher to, a lot tougher to get. So but yeah, this is an absolutely gorgeous card. And Frank Robinson does not get a lot of hobby love. I mean, I think it was 52 hits shy of 3,000 hits, 2948. And then, it's 583 home runs, Triple Crown winner, MVP both leagues. Like that, just, I feel like he's an underrated, near top tier Hall of Famer. I mean, if he's not top tier. So anyways, I'm really enjoying this card, so glad that I was able to show it off and I can add it to my my Reds box now. And the last thing I picked up for myself is more of a collecting situation, which I'm going to have a little fun with tonight, and I'm going to turn the camera back on tonight. And I ended up picking up, I don't know how I'm going to display this on the camera here, but I picked up, now I know there's cheaper versions here, so I'm just going to pull the camera back. So I want to start putting stuff in binders that are like binder cards. But I also didn't want to have the exposed tops, and I've known about these for a long time. These are MJ Roop. So the initials M and J, and then the last name of it is ROOP. And these were upper echelon binders that he had put out. And so, like, for example, you take the binder out of the slip cover, and this is like, high quality, high grade stuff going on. And then it came with these like oversized images, with, I guess this would be a header for your 2004 Bowman Heritage set. Now, I'm not going to put 2004 Bowman Heritage cards in here. I just liked it because of the protection. Now, after doing a little more research, I could find binders that have slips that could store on my shelf in my closet much easier. So I am going to be looking into, getting some of the cheaper versions. I'll try a couple out, see how they are. I don't get enough of these in collections where they just, come one per collection. You had to invest good money to protect your specifically 2004 Bowman Heritage set. So I'm going to try and get some footage later on of just me kind of like relaxing. I was going to do a Whatnot show tonight. I put that off because I feel that I need to organize my office piece by piece, and I need to get that done so that my office could be a little bit more functional for eBay purposes, for Whatnot purposes, and just for breaking down collections in general. I have too much stuff just all over the place. So this is going to be the next step as far as just getting some organization done and having some fun while doing it. So we'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, guys, it's Saturday night. The rest of the night, the evening is cleared, and going to put on When It Was a Game 3, which is the HBO special. They did a series, I think, of three series that covered, I believe, pre-war, the 50s, and the 60s. So I love the 60s one. It's so nostalgic. So I'm going to be listening to that while I'm going to be deholdering and de-sleeving these cards. I'm going to put these into 9 pocket pages. So that's my plan for the evening. I'm going to have a beer. Why not? Relax a little. So let's get going with this. Now, typically, alcohol in baseball cards can be not such a good mix. That's why I like to have just one beer while I'm sorting cards. Cheers. That tastes like beer. Shit. Now that tastes like summer in baseball. So guys, I'm going to put this on fast mode. Enjoy, and we'll catch up with you after.
Bob Costas, pack of baseball cards cost a nickel. I never heard any kid offer another kid money for a card. I'll flip you for the card. I'll play you Knockalina for the card. I'll trade you for the card. I'll trade you 3 Norm Seaburns and 4 Bob Perkys for that Hank Aaron. Maybe, although that wasn't enough. They had no value other than your attachment to baseball.
A wise man in a lonely basement said, always use protection. Even though I am clearly the aggressor in this situation. Unleash the pages.
Bob Costas.
I know I can't prove this, and maybe the people at Topps would deny it, but I swear there were at least 11 Jerry Lumpies for every Willie Mays in these packs of cards. There'd be guys you'd get in triplicates and 5 times over, and you'd go through and you'd get Jerry Lumpy, Manny Jimenez, Bill Stafford, Eli Gerba, Barry Latman, a checklist. That was worthless.
All right. We're getting towards the end of my project here for now. Obviously, it's something, it's a work in progress. So, gonna keep doing that. It's funny, I just got off the phone with Jeff, a fine card collector. We were just, chewing the fat and just talking about cards and life in general. Great guy. Just, if you get a chance, you're probably already subscribed to his channel, but if not, go to A Fine Card Collector. He's got a great channel, and he's a really good dude. I am in the process of finishing my 1 beer. Still working on it. It's like the binder. Cheers to the weekend, everybody. And let's take a look at the binder progress so far, and then we could put this away. Probably the best I'm going to get it. So the goal is to get 9 of each. And my mini goal is to not just go out and buy them. It's to acquire them in collections and then set them to the side, put them in the binder according to grade, highest to lowest. And then as the lower ones, or as maybe a better one comes in, let's say I have 9 Tony Perez's and a nicer condition one comes in, the bottom one's going to fall off and go into my inventory. And that's how we build nice, probably X-Mint page of 66 Topps All-Star Rookie Perez. You're going to notice a theme here. There's going to be a lot of cup cards because that, I'll get into another story about that later on. But as a kid, I was obsessed with cup cards. And here we have a page of 5 so far Tom Seaver 68s. We got 5 Rod Carews in 68s. A couple of Johnny Benches in 69s. 69 Seavers. We got 1 Kuzman. It's a lot of work on the Kuzman, but that's okay. It's Joe Rudy rookies, one of my boys for the A's. We got some 69 Decal Edges. We have an O-Pee-Chee here, but we have 6 regular Rod Carews and O-Pee-Chee. 6 Clementes. 6 Mazes. 5 Roses. Now, this would look like a complete page of Vita Blue Gene Tennis. Again, both those guys are my guys from the 70s A's. But the 2 bottom ones are O-Pee-Chee, and so are the 2 over here. So, I don't know what's going to happen with that. We'll figure that out when we cross that bridge. But for now, it looks pretty cool. Complete page. Completey. Dave Concepcion rookies. Pretty sweet with a couple extra. So ideally, I would probably sell those 2 off. We'll see. The other thing, too, is I might just keep stuff that's just way too cheap. I think Dave Concepcion rookies are in off-grade or mid-grade condition are just way too cheap. Same thing with this guy. Sparky Anderson was claiming that as of the mid to late 70s, Don Gullet was a future Hall of Famer. He was a big part of the Big Red Machine and, capturing their championships. And, yeah, we got a complete page of Don Gullet rookies and then some. We have a near page of fellow Big Red Machine, but he's a giant, George Foster. One of my favorite action shots of all time. Thurman Munson, 3 cup cards. Again, another undervalued card, Dwight Evans rookies. I think he's Hall of Fame bound for sure. You got Charlie Spikes with the Charlie Spikes Award for college. Al Bumbry, he's I think a 2-time All-Star with the Orioles. So that's a pretty underrated card. It's also a high number, as you guys probably know. Here we have a Jim Rice, another great guy. Again, cup card. This card was just it's so highly sought after when I was a kid. Only have one Fred Lynn, but that'll change soon. He comes in a lot. So does Jim Rice. A couple Dawson rookies that are nice. We got one Murphy rookie that's nice. We got 6 Andre Dawsons, which is, you know, one of my favorite cards of all time. I've shown this multiple times, but here is my Andre Dawson poster that was done at a show back in March Madness, White Plains, 2012. Can't believe it's been, oh my God, 14 years since I met the Hawk. It's crazy. So anyways, we got 6 of those. Got a couple of Molitor Trammell rookies, card number 707. Almost a near complete page of Samuel L. Jackson, Eddie Murray rookies. And these are all crease free. Those are actually pretty nice. And then we're just busting right in the 80s. This is what kind of got us. This was like my childhood. So 87 Topps Cup card Canseco in a page. 87 Topps McGuire in a page. Complete. And then we got this I never had in a page because I didn't have access to getting 9 traded sets. But oh man, what could have been if he just hung on for an extra couple of years. I mean, there's a whole Dave Kingman. He replaced Dave Kingman. Dave Parker replaced, I think, like Don Baylor and Reggie Jackson for DH. So I don't think we're going to get there anyways, but fun to talk about. Might do a show on that just on its own. And then that's pretty much it. All right, now we just got to find a place on our shelf here, which it looks like I found a spot. I mean, this is all vintage non-sport, like from the 50s and 60s, like really good stuff. And these boxes are loaded. They're not even sleeved. So I got a lot of work to do there. My A's and Reds holding box to do shows with, and then meaning like, you know, YouTube shows. And for now, we're going to set this binder right here. So it sits nice and square. There's no dust that's ever going to get in there because of the slip cover. And I absolutely love it. So we're going to keep working on that. I want to do a binder, similar binders with my A's and Reds, like oddball stuff. But, you know, that'll be for another time. And, yeah. So, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. If you made it this far, watching me document this whole process, I had a lot of fun doing it. And, you know, just want to say thank you and hope to see you guys in the next one. Offset and Leonard, signing off. Cheers. Mm-hmm.